If psychics can see and know so much, why is it that we never speak up and say things to warn people about drama or heartbreak or potential pain or getting hurt? Why don't we do that? This is a very commonly asked question about psychics. And here is a few of my answers. One is because, have you ever tried to tell a loved one, hey, that's not good for your health. Maybe you should kind of cut back on that? Because if you have, you know they don't listen. You know that most people don't even listen to their doctors or the health professionals. They're going to do what they want to do because we have choices and free will. So whenever we try to tell somebody, hey, don't do that, and it's a bad idea, sometimes they take offense to that and they're not going to listen. They become even more rebellious about it. I mean, there's, all these different reasons. And even for myself, like with my spirit guides, they were telling me for the longest time that I needed to quit smoking. I couldn't do it until I was ready. And I quit before the age that they told me, which just so happened in that way. So that's good. But, I just kind of now thought of that. But yeah, it was supposed to happen before a certain age. So I did quit before they told me to, but it probably should have quit longer ago. Anyways, point being, that's one reason. Two is because if you tell somebody something and they start getting paranoid about it, if they believe it to that degree, they might kind of bring that to themselves. I'm trying to think of an example here, but if we are really focused on something happening, then we might start acting in such a way that makes that come to life. Trying to think of a good example here, but I don't really have any, honestly. Oh, I know. One time I was saying in my head, don't say this word, don't say this word, because I had two words in my head and they both started with the same letter. And I said the word I was telling myself not to say, because I meant to say the other one. And so it was just out of context. So it wasn't a big deal, but that kind of thing. The other reason is because most psychics, at least I think so, are more absorbed in what we're doing, our own worries, our own concerns, our own families, that a lot of times we're not really focused on everybody. Sometimes, and this goes back into focus as well. Sometimes if we hear that somebody hasn't been feeling well, we're going to be more concerned about that person than everything else. So our focus may not be on being open enough to know what's going to happen. To be able to call somebody and say, hey, you might want to watch for this. But, I do try to send my spirit guides or my angels to kind of intervene, and hopefully that